Hey guys, Adam here from DirectionTrader.com. Let's do our recap for today. It's just after quarter after 2 here Central Standard Time, so got another 45 minutes left in the markets here, but let's go ahead and start talking about what happened today. Here's the Russell. Russell has had this nice little push to the downside here after we retested highs again. So we were worried because we were kind of stuck here in the middle as we started to chop here, but we had a nice break on Thursday, a continued break on Friday. Today's got a little bit of a pop to the upside, but it is popping up into our falling resistance here, and we're kind of just waiting for our opportunity to the downside. We came in this morning looking at the Russell, and that's predominantly where we look to take trades today. We had 2 no-fills in Russell today and a small profit here in the crude oil. So we fought it today really, really well, but the more important thing is our trading plan going into today was pretty well spot on. And I'm going to hit on a few topics, tips there that we talked this morning. We actually opened up with slightly a green bar here, and then it sold all the way off, and then now you're seeing a rally into the close as we're talking right now. But what I was saying in the live trading room this morning, there are a few different levels that we watch on a daily basis. The top 2 are going to be the previous day's high, previous day's low. They're always going to be the top 2 levels because that's going to tell us a lot about how people think about today's market in respect to how they felt about the previous day's market. So with that being said, we came in here, and since we had already got our little push to the downside, we're no longer neutral. We're starting to become bearish on this market as the markets are starting to push down here. We had 2 good down days as we broke out of this sideways range. So any type of sell-off, we were just ready to go with. We were taking pullbacks, and we were ready to go with this market. And then after that, we said, just like every other day, we're going to go ahead and we're going to sit on our hands and be a little bit cautious around the previous day's price levels. So as this market sold off this morning, we were looking to sell, such as you see here. And then as it approached the previous day's low, we sat on our hands. Because we don't know if that's going to come down to the previous day's low. Buyers are going to kick back in just like they did on Friday or the previous day and going to run this thing back up, or if the sellers are still going to be in control and push on down through. And the situation today, we said we're going to sell this sucker all the way down, and we're going to sit on our hands as we approach the previous day's low, and if we break, we're going to get right back to selling, and if we get a bounce up, we're going to wait for it to actually pop up, and we're going to wait for that next rollover. We have not had that next rollover yet today. As you see, we've been pushing higher, and it just kept on going up. So the best trading for me, as far as the Russell is concerned, was early on in the day. We were looking for them sell-offs, looking for that continued sell-off until we approach the previous day's low. Then I'm forced to sit on my hands just a little bit and wait to see, is it going to break lower or is it going to get a pop here? And that is the difference between me getting aggressive into them lows. In this situation, it really paid off well because it came right down to the lows and then just smacked right back to the upside. So it would have been very difficult to even get a break-even trading down at the previous day's lows. So just a little handy bit of information there. I'm going to quickly pull over this chart here. This is simply just a 233 tick of the exact same thing I just now talked about, but I wanted to hit on that just a little bit as we were coming down. Let's go back to this morning's trading and let's look at what we were dealing with. You see the momentum here this morning. After the market started to break, we had some support here. After it started to break, we were looking for pullback after pullback after pullback this morning and just looking to trade this thing to the downside. So it worked out really great trading this thing to the downside. But as you see here, we were approaching the previous day's lows, which you've seen on the daily chart. I'll click over here in a second. But as this thing came down to the daily lows, I was not allowed to keep on trading each one of these breaks. You see how this goes out, guys? I was not allowed to keep trading these breaks because we were approaching that major support level, being the previous day's low. And you should always pay attention to previous day's high, previous day's lows, because they tend to be turning points. And if they were to break on through, we would have just kept on trading back to the downside. But since we got this bounce, I did not have to take a stop out here because I was not interested in this pullback in continuation because I wanted to see it either break through the previous day's low Or if it gets a pop, I wanted to see it trade up and they eventually start making new lower highs and lower lows, which has not happened yet today as we just continue to work on this. You see, I've had no opportunity to go ahead and see this thing roll over. We've had nothing but a steady climb to the upside here. I've kind of been sitting on my hands all afternoon, but the moral of this, I just wanted you guys to see exactly and to watch how we watch out for them previous days price levels, using them previous days highs, previous days lows as support and resistance while you're trading the following day. So I hope that helps, guys. That's all we're going to talk about here. You see it came right down to the previous day's lows, and that's what I was talking about whenever we got a bounce there. We got a bounce there, so that was whenever we decided to sit on our hands. Going into tomorrow, I'm going to see if we can catch some resistance up here and start to roll over and further fall off to the downside. If you have any questions, you can always email me, adam@directiontrader.com. If not, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it made sense, guys. If not, go ahead and email me. But I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in tomorrow's video. You guys have a good afternoon.